I gained a lot of weight in about 6 months. I went from about 57 kilograms all the way to 68 kilograms.
Welcome to FatFitFam, Singapore's realest fitness podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm Jimmy.
And today we'll be talking about weight gain. So how do you gain weight and why should you even gain weight? Alright. So Jimmy, you've been a runner like since forever, right? So was there a point in time where you realized you need to gain weight?
So for me personally, I've been running since 2019.
Okay.
Then after 3 years of running, I realized, I'm so skinny. I wanted to change it up. So that's when I started gaining weight. And to add on to more of that motivation of why I wanted to gain weight is because when I was running, I felt a loss of motivation in running. So after a while, I run a certain distance, I run a certain speed, I realized, there's no more motivation for me. So I wanted to try something different. I want to try to start now gaining weight. And also as a separate reason, because of I had this quarter life crisis, I couldn't get a girlfriend.
Okay.
I wanted to look good, I wanted to have that 6 packs and like muscles, have that definition.
You're proper skinny
I was proper skinny.
Like marathon runner,
Yes,
kind
correct.
of like those you see
So
online.
yeah, you see I'm just skin and bones.
Okay.
I had no delts.
No definitions
And,
lah. Yeah.
my face was more, you can see my bones and everything. So I felt, that doesn't look very attractive. So that's where I started going to the gym and gaining weights.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you start, going to the gym? Was it like your first time ever to the gym?
Oh yes.
Was
So
it
this is a bit.
intimidating
This
or
is a
like
bit.
how?
Yeah, definitely. So it's a bit intimidating. So how I started off was I have a friend. He brought me to the gym, and then he told me to follow the instructions in the. Actually, getting to the gym is actually very very simple. So I also had a few colleagues asking me, hey, how do you get started in the gym? Like some female colleagues also, they are scared to go in the gym because it's very intimidating. It's a lot of males there,
Yeah.
So how do you get into the gym?
Yeah.
So one thing I tell them as an advice is you go to any of the weighted machines, the plated machines, and you can see the instructions there.
Actually,
And
true.
then,
Yeah.
And then
Instructions are there.
which muscle group you want to attack or target. So for example, if I want to target my shoulders, you can actually see, you go through the machines and see which highlighted portions are one you want to target. Then you go to the machines, you read how to do. And even tell you, some machines also tell you how many sets to do.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
you
I
can
didn't
actually
notice
scan
that.
the QR code, you tap NFC,
Right,
it tell
right,
you
yeah.
the proper form. And the machines, it's very hard to screw up the form.
Right,
Because
right.
it's all locked into place.
True.
You just set the
Weight
weight,
lah, yeah.
and you just do your exercises.
But before you started the gym journey, was there like a food change, like a diet change?
So
Because going, I know a few friends who I wouldn't say they are pure runners or fitness people, but they always think that they cannot gain weight as much as they eat. They cannot gain weight. So what was your secret and how much did you gain?
Okay, so I think in our previous 2 episodes we talked about weight loss and how you cut your calories and everything. So for me personally, I'm totally different from you. So when I'm stressed, when I'm busy, I totally do not touch the food at all. So you said about the importance of having breakfast.
Yeah.
When I wake up in the morning, I'm too tired to make breakfast. I just go straight to work.
Mm.
Then I work non-stop all the way, and I don't eat lunch because I work from home also.
Yeah.
I don't eat lunch. I only eat 1 meal a day, dinner.
I see.
So that definitely contribute to how skinny I was back then.
Right.
So I really needed drastic changes to actually gain weight. So like what you said also. So I went to watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to gain weight. So like you said, the calorie surplus. So previously you talked about calorie deficit.
Yeah.
We need to have a calorie surplus.
Okay.
And then from what we ChatGPT previously also, we should stay in that healthy range.
Yeah.
So what I did to gain weight was actually not very healthy.
Oh, is it?
So
Yeah.
what I did was I went to buy mass gainers. So
Okay.
there's this brand mass gainers. And I also went to compare between mass gainers and protein shakes.
Uh-huh.
So my main goal was to not only gain fat but also gain muscles.
Right.
So I wanted to gain muscle quick. So I was contemplating between protein shakes or mass gainer shakes.
Right.
Then I was looking at the price and the cost-effective ratio for mass gainers were more favorable.
I see. Okay.
So I went to calculate and I drank about 2 servings a day.
Oh,
so
okay.
one serving is about 1,000 calories,
Is that the recommended one?
So according to that,
The chart.
the
thingy,
chart,
Yeah. The
it
table
was
thingy, yeah.
recommended, but I think I was eating about 1,000 calories above my baseline.
I see.
So
okay.
I think my baseline was about 2005, 2008.
How is the baseline calculated? Like
So-
if we use ChatGPT, is it like from like age or?
Yeah,
like-
so if I use my, so I I've always been using a fitness tracker.
Okay.
So the fitness tracker itself, I've entered my weight and my age. Then it tells you your baseline calories that you have for the day.
For the day lah,
Yes.
generally.
Then
Okay.
so let's say if I go for another 10K run, it will tell me, oh, you must eat a certain amount of calories to hit that baseline. So I think, if I'm not wrong, my baseline for every day was about 2002, 2005.
Okay.
Then I was eating about 3005 calories a day.
Oh wow. That's
So you can tell already it's very painful. So I had to drink
Yeah.
about 2 shakes a day. One shake is about 1000 calories. So I had to drink I think 4 scoops of that mass gainer, and it was terrible to get it down.
Is it no flavor? Or?
I personally, even right now, I'm still trying this brand from Newton, Newton Whey, Newton mass gainers.
Okay.
And I think the flavor of that brand is better.
Okay.
Yeah, so it worked for me. So I have drank 2 servings a day, and then I gained weight drastically. So,
Okay.
and of course with side effects, I have digestive issues.
Oh, right,
So
right, yeah.
I think if you eat a lot of mass gainers, you get gas, and then you definitely will have issues coming out also.
Oh, I see.
So, but I gained a lot of weight in about 6 months. I went from about 57 kilograms all the way to 68 kilograms.
Oh, so it's like 10 plus kg.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
6 months. Huh?
yeah, about 6 months. Yeah, and not only because mass gainers has a lot of calories, I wasn't only just gaining muscles, but I was gaining fat. So when I gained fat, you can actually see very, very noticeable changes. Like I was getting handles, I was getting I would say boobies.
Like just
So in general, it wasn't
your face also.
Yeah, my face also a bit more plump.
Right.
So I felt it wasn't the best approach to do.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was gaining fat at a drastic rate.
I see.
Yeah. So that's the how I gained the weight.
What, do you change anything else in your diet?
So-
do you eat more per meal?
Yeah, correct. So previously I wasn't very focused. I was bulking dirtily. So they call it a dirty bulk.
Okay.
So dirty bulk means you eat a lot of white rice, you eat a lot of oils, a lot of fat.
Right. Yeah.
And you totally disregard the health benefits of or
You're just looking
nutritional
at the
value.
number lah.
Yes, correct.
The
So-
number on the scale.
Correct,
was
you're
going
looking
up.
at your calories, the fat calories
purely,
going up,
yeah.
purely calories, then that's how you gain the weight. But with hindsight, dirty bulk, I don't think is the way to go. We should clean bulk and look at the micronutrients of the foods. For example, essential amino acids. Eat more fish for the omega-3. To eat more healthily as
Right.
compared to dirty bulking where it has negative side effects. So I would like to actually chat GPT about dirty bulking.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you take a look over here in ChatGPT, dirty bulk is the disregard for food quality, often including high amounts of fast food, sugary snacks, and processed foods. Okay, goal is rapid weight gain, and the results of this dirty bulk is you have insulin resistance risk, excessive fat gain, where you gain in different places, a large amount of surplus is fat, poor nutrition profile, digestive issues that I've mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other health risks. So this is something I totally would recommend not to avoid if you are ever planning to gain weight.
Right.
So what you should do in reverse is to clean bulk. So what is a clean bulk? Yeah. So not only that, there's also a psychological effect when you dirty bulk also. Let's say I was watching a lot of YouTube videos also. They mentioned about the ebb and flow about cutting and bulking and cutting.
Okay.
So during the cutting phase, you feel damn good. You feel super good.
Right.
Because you
Dropping the
well
excess fat.
defined.
Yeah.
But
One
also
time
when you
through,
cut, you feel weaker.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And conversely, when you bulk, you feel you lose the self-confidence when you see yourself having a lot of fat
Sure.
in your general torso area. So that's what I recommend is to actually clean bulk and gradually gain the muscle instead of trying to want fast results.
Right.
So if I take a look at ChatGPT, what is the clean bulk? So you look for high quality protein sources, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, and etc. So that's what we should focus on instead.
Right. So, like, do you have a limit? You were gaining. Like, are you still gaining now? Is there a particular weight you're trying to hit, or particular physique you're trying to get?
So
Because I don't know, if you want to go for bodybuilders, obviously you need to keep going and go very big.
so there are different metrics of targeting your fitness goals.
Right.
So at my peak, I was about 70 kilograms.
Okay.
But that was when I was super fat and I didn't like the way I looked.
Okay.
So that's where I started cutting again. But then when I cut, you look better, but you also lose strength a bit. So that's where I realized we should do. We should actually be based on what you like to do.
Right.
Yeah. So when I started lifting again, and then I give myself certain metrics like, oh, I must do 25 per side if I bench. So gradually I'll try to increase to 2.5 per side every other month. So there's a different metric I use to define my goals. So it's not just
So it keeps changing lah. Is it?
It's a progressive. So I'm never stopping at one point.
Right.
So it's always trying to improve what I've been previously. So I think it applies for everyone in life lah.
So you said your peak was 70. Will you ever go above it or like?
So at the moment I find it very difficult. So I'm still also trying to learn what's the best way, and I'm also trying to
get there healthily,
or
get over healthily.
And also what's the limit? Right now I'm quite comfortable at what I look like.
Right. Okay.
Especially with my shirt off.
Yeah.
So what's the next step? Do I want to look like a bodybuilder, or do I just want, or be more content with what I look? So, but I definitely gain more self-confidence with with my own body percentage, body fat percentage, and something that we need to be. It's like we cannot compare ourselves to the athletes also. So something we need to be satisfied with ourselves. Based on the criteria that we set.
True, at the end of the day, we are not, from previous, we're not paid athletes lah.
Yeah, correct.
So from the videos that you see online or anything that you research online, is there anything or like the key, like, wow, this is the number one thing you should do if you want to try to gain weight?
Definitely, we need to have a calorie surplus if you want to gain weight.
Yeah, and do you track that on your watch or whatever you mentioned?
Yeah, so my watch does have this, like I told you previously, was the calorie you take.
Yeah.
But I do not, I think we mentioned in the previous episodes already, we shouldn't be too stressed on what we take.
True. Yeah.
So as long as you have a healthy mindset and a mindset that we should avoid certain foods like processed foods and eat healthily, we will gradually get there.
Right.
And I don't think we need to force ourselves to eat or cut also. Let's say if you want to gain weight, it's okay to have a surplus some days and a deficit some days.
Right.
So it's like an ebb and flow of a calorie intake.
So I guess for you, like converse to the previous episode, you want to have a weekly bit more surplus than normal. So what's the risk if you surplus too much? Let's say you go above.
So I think for short term wise, it's not a big issue. If you, let's say, eat 1 week, you eat more, the other week you can just be more mindful to cut. But I think in the long grand scheme of things, it doesn't affect that much. But definitely you need to have that mindset that, hey, I've eaten that much already, you should cut back. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I watch a lot of videos also on how to gain more weight. So one of these things are also definitely you have to go to the gym. You have to, and not gain just the fat itself, but also the muscles. So there are certain techniques that you have to do to gain these muscles. So there's this thing called hypertrophy.
Yeah, so generally the gym also helps supplement what you're trying to do lah, essentially, right? It's not just about eating and eating and eating.
So what hypertrophy is the increase in the size of muscle cells, which leads to bigger muscles. So it's the main goal of the most important weight training progress when people want to gain muscle mass. So how does it happen? Is when you have tension in your muscles. So you progressive overload, and then that's where your body builds more muscles.
Right.
Yeah. And then lastly, for nutrition, you need to be in the calorie surplus and a high protein intake. So something that I want to add on also is my protein. So previously I told you about mass gainers.
Yeah.
So I totally transitioned away from mass gainers because I realized that, hey, it's a dirty bulk. So what we want to do is a steady increase in protein, and also to maintain your body weight steadily and not go for extreme changes in your body weight. So that's where if you have extreme body weight changes, you will definitely you will have a negative side effect in your mindset.
Right.
So what I do right now is about 1.5 to 2 times your body weight in grams for protein every day. So it doesn't really matter when you take it. So I've watched and read many articles about when is the most optimum time to take the protein.
Right.
They said that optimally it should be about 30 to 40 minutes after your workout.
Yeah, there's some advice that says directly after your workout.
But I think if at the grand scheme of things, I think it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You can have it at the end of the day. You can have it later in the part of the day, or even the next day also. But I also recommend not to drink it before your sleep, because some proteins, let's say you take chocolate. Yeah. Chocolate does have has caffeine in it.
Oh, right.
So it keeps you awake. So I have some friends, they drink the protein just before they
see.
sleep. They
Yeah.
couldn't sleep because some proteins have chocolate or even caffeine. So you must take a look at the ingredients of the protein
Right.
and then ensure that you maybe take it way before your sleep.
So you had the mass gainer phase, which like we call it supplements lah, right? So
Yeah.
it's just add-ons. So how do you transition from like these supplements to like more natural, more whole foods? Yeah.
So here comes
Is
the
it
thing.
that expensive also to do that?
So here comes the reason of why I transitioned over from dirty bulk to clean bulk. Is I realized because personally I love to run a lot.
Yeah.
Then when I gained a lot of weight, all of a sudden like I couldn't run anymore. I couldn't run fast anymore. I think similarly for what we mentioned previously in the previous episodes is that if you do too much of a drastic change,
Yeah.
you will affect your lifestyle too much and it
Correct.
will affect you negatively.
Yeah. Then you cannot sustain. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot sustain it because I realized, I can't run anymore. I'm so slow. And I feel so out of breath because I've gained additional 10 kilograms of weight. So it's something that I realized, hey, it's wrong. I should do it cleanly. I should have done it in a sustainable way. So from what you said about how to eat cleanly, I've changed to eating more fruits, vegetables, eat more whole meal rice, like rice,
whole
brown
meals,
rice.
yeah.
And then I love my chicken breast.
Right.
Yeah. So I love just getting chicken breast and
Yeah.
broccoli. So that's all the things I eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So is it that expensive like the current diet to be
come to think of
to
it,
gain weight lah?
mass gainers is actually a very cost-effective way if you want to gain weight.
I see.
Yeah. But definitely it's if you want to have more whole foods, it's a step up in
Right.
cost. But it's definitely a step you should go for.
I think
if
we mentioned previously,
Yeah, I
like,
mentioned
invest.
previously
If you want to
also,
invest in
invest.
anything,
Yeah.
don't invest in gold, don't invest in crypto,
Correct.
invest in yourself.
Yeah. And furthermore, drinking mass gainers every day is quite sad.
Yeah,
It's
true.
repetitive and you
Yeah.
have to drink liquids and every day.
The flavor is also a bit
Yeah,
boring lah. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And imagine last time I had to force myself to drink every day
Right,
2
right,
bottles.
yeah, 2 bottles.
So
a day.
eating whole foods is definitely more enjoyable and
True.
more sustainable in the long run.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So
bit more
always
effective,
try to make small steps and don't go for big drastic changes because it will affect your lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you see yourself gaining weight now, like as we get older? Because as we get older, it gets a bit harder to move around and stuff. Do you think gaining weight is the goal, or is there a certain level?
So there is a healthy body composition that we look for. So if you go to the gyms, there is a machine where you can get your body composition readings.
Oh yeah, true.
I think we should try to aim for at least a better than average reading.
Right.
So in my personal opinion is to get more muscle mass and lower your fat percentage
Right,
to
right.
about below 10 to 15%. I think an average is about 13-ish%. So it's something that we should aim for.
Yeah.
So, and I think what you mentioned also very important is your bone density.
Yeah.
So I think that what we can do is also develop a habit to do some strengthening exercises
Correct, yeah.
and eat more healthily in terms of
Yeah.
protein and calcium. So there are also some things I want to stress about is micronutrition. So something that we need to always take note and eat more of. So when you mentioned also about spinach, I think I love spinach because it has a lot of
spinach is best,
nutrients
yeah.
like iron, calcium.
Yeah.
It has everything.
Correct,
So I love spinach as something that
Tastes good also.
Tastes good also, yeah. So I think previously you mentioned that you eat without seasoning.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I need the seasoning. So what I do
Sure,
is I
yeah.
go Donkey and I
Okay.
get the Japanese dressing. I
I
think it's
see.
about $3-4.
Ah.
Then I just sprinkle a bit on top.
Okay,
and
fair
then it's
enough, yeah.
perfect for a meal.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
broccoli also, brinjal. If I'm not wrong, broccoli is good for your ligaments.
Right.
So you eat more of it, it helps you in your mobility and your bone strength density.
Yeah.
So another thing I want to ChatGPT was about the role of healthy fats in muscle gain.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think previously I mentioned about the dirty bulk.
Yeah.
So there are some things that you can eat also that helps in the macronutrition. Healthy fats helps with the energy source, nutrition absorption. And so
So we're saying not all fats are bad.
not all
lah.
fats are bad.
Yeah. True. Actually, like I said, I think fat is not the enemy lah. Sugar is the enemy. End of the day.
Correct. So another thing I want to talk about is water, hydration.
Oh, yes,
So
man. We were
importance of hydration.
We were touching about it at the end of the previous episode. But water is definitely very, very important.
Yeah. So importance of hydration is
Yeah.
it helps your recovery in muscles also. So I realized when I was working previously, I was so stressed. I don't drink an ounce of water. So nowadays I have a big mug with me, and I always take sips. So
maybe if I have an advice for the viewers or listeners, buy a bottle for work lah. Like really, some of you just tend to like buy your kopi whatever, and then you forget about hydration.
Correct.
So you buy a bottle and you fill it up with water. You remind yourself to drink ever so often lah. So my wife actually bought herself a Stanley cup, the big one, to remind herself to drink the whole thing. Because to her, or rather to us also, you carry the whole thing so heavy to work, then you want to come home with it light ma. So you want to finish that whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I cannot stress the importance of water. Okay, if you can see in the health benefits of water, helps with the muscle function and performance, nutrition, transportation, protein synthesis, joint tissue health, and this is definitely digestion and nutrient absorption and the recovery. So I cannot stress the importance of water.
Yeah, if you think you drink enough, just
drink more. I don't think you can overdose. I mean, probably you can overdose.
You can drown in water. I think if you drink too much or something. But I don't think you will get there lah. Honestly,
you have to drink a lot to get there.
You need to drink a lot to get there.
Especially in NS also, they always force you to drink 500 ml every time.
And if you ask why, right, actually this is why lah. It's really good.
It helps a lot in the recovery.
Yeah.
And I also want to talk about my protein powders. So there are many brands. So what's the protein powder brand that you take?
I experimented last time. So in the journey of going to the gym and whatever, I tried. I think the first one was the Optimum Nutrition one, but that was a bit pricey. So I don't recommend it for everyone. That's not budget friendly. But I think it is it's a very good brand. It does give me results quick. But I also tried My Protein. I think My Protein is a very community level protein
it's
brand.
way cheaper also.
It's way cheaper. They have a lot of flavors. I remember when I started using My Protein, they kind of were in the infancy, and then they had a lot of flavors, so it was very popular. So they had like I clearly remember they had one bubble tea flavor, like limited time.
Oh yes.
Which was I was like, oh, very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, and I think they give it in smaller portions also. So you could change flavors ever so often. The Optimum Nutrition one were bigger bottles, so you have to finish it if you don't like it. And I think that's the risk that you run with lah. I also had another one. I can't remember which one is it, but I think this the top two brands Optimum Nutrition. For me now, I actually don't take protein shakes at the moment. I had side effects, so like skin bumps and all this kind of thing. I think it varies person to person. But for me, I prefer to get it the whole way. Actually, now I'm experimenting again with snacks. So there's Quest protein chips, which are very high in protein and very low in calories. And there's also Barbell's protein bar, which are also for like quick snacks lah. Yeah. So for me, I prefer trying to taste different things rather than drinking the same thing over and over again. So I'm trying to experiment here and there. But if truth be told, right, if you buy protein from shelves and all this kind of thing, it's actually pretty expensive. So I would recommend try your whole foods first. If you can hit your protein, very good. But if you can't, and you're willing to invest, go and try for these chips and bars and all this kind of extra things.
I think baseline is if you can hit your protein already, we shouldn't need these supplements. But
Correct,
supplements are there to help you also if you cannot hit it.
Yeah.
So also something to take note of is some protein shakes have more absorption rate.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to take a look at the composition. So there are like a bunch of stuff, BCAAs, and I think the most important thing is to look at the third party tested to ensure that it is legitimate before you purchase them. And then one protein shake that might work for someone might not work for you.
Exactly,
so you have to keep experimenting and see.
I want to mention that. So if don't eat protein for the sake of eating protein.
Yes.
Don't say because the FatFitFam pod say just eat more protein. No, that's not true. Just you eat the brand or the type that you want to eat. Like I said, there are chips, there are bars, there are shakes. If one doesn't work, can try the next one. You can try the next one. But actually, on top of the whole pyramid here, at the top is actually whole foods. If you can do whole foods, do whole foods. Yeah.
Correct. So something that you shouldn't need, but if you can't hit it, you get it.
Correct. Yeah.
And not only that, okay, protein, you can eat a lot of protein, but you realize, why am I not gaining?
Yeah,
so you still need to exercise.
You still need to exercise.
You still need, I think in our next episode,
put in
we'll
the
talk
effort.
about more exercises to gain weight. Gain more muscle. But always remember, what you eat doesn't mean that you will gain it also.
Correct.
So you still need to put in the work.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I think another thing I want to talk about is creatine.
Yeah, what is creatine?
What
you know,
is creatine?
You know, I've actually never taken creatine. As weird as it sounds that I go to gym all the time, but I actually have never taken creatine, and I actually don't know what it is.
Honestly,
to be honest, I cannot explain what creatine is. If you ask me.
honestly, okay, I'm kind of an advocate for creatine.
Okay,
Because
what
it
is
does
it?
give
What
me
is it?
muscle mass and helps with recovery.
Okay.
But I do not know if it's a placebo effect because
Oh,
I always
true.
push myself and maybe it's just me getting better.
Right.
But as it is a supplement, so I'm also not really sure. So let's take a look. So creatine is one of the most studied and effective supplements. Okay.
Okay.
And it is there for strength, power, and muscle growth. Okay. You can get it naturally occurring in fish, and
see.
it's produced by the body, liver, kidneys, and pancreas. So how does it work? It helps with the production of ATP, allows you to lift heavier and perform more reps, which over time supports muscle growth. I think we mentioned this previously about muscle hydration.
Yeah.
So creatine draws water into muscle cells, and this effect enhances protein synthesis and muscle size, and also helps with recovery and performance. So I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I have always been taking creatine, and I do
Feel yourself
feel
lifting
myself
heavier.
lifting heavier, and I'm getting bigger also.
If there are days that you don't drink, do you feel like you not
I don't
as
think
powerful?
so. Here comes the thing. I
Yeah.
think it's something that stays in your body.
I
So
see.
you have your fuel. I think it's a creatine fuel reserve.
Right.
So even if you don't take 1 day or 2 days, you still have it in your body.
I see.
So you probably only see the effects if you don't take it for months.
Right.
Yeah. So personally, I do not know what's the side effect of creatine, but from all these studies I've seen, it does help with the muscle recovery and the
Is it
strength
pricey?
building. And the thing is, creatine is not very pricey. So I think for about 100 servings, I bought about $30.
Oh, that's not
So
bad
it's
actually.
not-
That's like
not the
30
worst
cents per
to add to
serving.
your
So it's just before every session you
Yeah.
take.
Before the session, I'll
So it's
take.
like we calculate 30 cents per
correct.
session.
Yeah, less
That's-
than
that's
that.
negligible.
So it's negligible. And I
It's
think if it
negligible.
helps your body based on
True.
these scientific facts, something that we can also take a look at.
No, maybe
Yeah.
I can try that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never tried it.
Yeah, and I think it does have a placebo effect. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel,
yeah, I guess
I
if
feel
you
that,
put
hey,
in-
I'm
yeah.
running faster,
Sure,
I'm lifting
yeah.
heavier, and I do have the progression every other week. When
Maybe
I
I should
want
try creatine before IPPT.
Maybe you,
Yeah, right. You think
here
about
comes
it,
the
right?
thing about creatine. There is a loading phase. So you
Oh,
already
is it?
see
Oh.
common usage. There is a loading phase to it. But if you, from many other sources, you can skip the loading phase entirely and just eat about 5 to 7 grams a day based on your body composition.
I see.
your body
Okay,
weight.
so maybe like a month before
Yeah, a month
IPPT,
before, then you
I
get
start
the
loading
store.
it up.
Yeah.
And
then-
that's interesting.
And because it helps with your water retention in your muscles,
yeah.
you also make yourself look bigger.
right.
Yeah, so that's
So,
some of the effects of creatine.
How much you say again? It was $100.
From what I remember, it was about 100 servings
Yeah,
for about $30 to $40.
Oh, 30
Yeah,
sorry,
$30,
the other way. So $30
Yeah,
$40. So $30
yeah.
to $40 for
Yeah.
me to get gold in IPPT, where I get $500. Kind of worth it. I think.
It's kind of worth it. And not only
Worth it,
that, I
actually.
think IPPT, there's another whole conversation to have about.
We'll have an episode on IPPT.
So not
yeah.
only just your nutrition before it,
Yeah.
after it, not after it,
Yeah.
but before it, but
the
also
specialized training about it
training,
also. I
your
think.
shoes,
Yeah. Correct,
it does
yeah, the
affect.
equipment you use. Yeah,
correct. So I think that's the basis of the nutrition I take to gain
lah.
weight.
Okay.
Yeah,
do you
so-
think it's effective for everyone? Or generally like do you follow science or do you like listen to your own body and
So I think it's very important to listen to your body.
Okay.
But from general sciences, I think it's okay to take supplements like creatine or protein shakes in general. But I think what we mentioned also is whole foods and always listen to your body. So I think one of the side effects for taking too much supplements also is the dehydration.
Yeah.
So you take too much creatine, you take too much protein, you feel yourself dehydrated.
Right.
So I think what we stressed earlier also, keep drinking water. Don't wait until you're thirsty to drink.
Right.
And
Yeah, exactly.
Every
Don't be
hour,
thirsty.
drink about 200,
sips,
500
yeah.
mls
Take
of
sips,
water
yeah.
and just ensure that you stay hydrated.
Is there like side question, but is there a difference between cold water and warm water?
That is something. Okay, so I think from an
what do
Asian
you think,
Chinese, because as a Chinese
Yeah.
family, we always say drink hot water.
Okay.
But I totally disagree with drink hot
Is
water.
it you-
It's so uncomfortable.
Right.
So
So,
I think
after runs you always drink cold water.
I always drink cold water.
Yeah.
So
I have this maybe it's placebo again, but I just tell myself if I drink hot water, my stomach will expand. So I will get one hungrier and second I can drink more water. I don't know. So I do drink like ambient temperature water. I don't drink too cold or too warm.
So
also.
I think personally, after you run, you feel very hot.
Yes.
I think drinking cold water does have effects to cool down your body.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think in different settings, maybe a different scenario. Maybe we can take a look at ChatGPT. So from what I see here, okay, so cold water, I think what you mentioned also cools the body.
Yeah. So after runs and after sessions,
I think
should be quite
this
good.
doesn't really matter to me. Digestion issues, warm hot water gently on the stomach, aid digestion, help relax muscles, blood flow after workout. Good for hydration during rest.
So what I see is either one is okay lah.
I think it doesn't affect you
adversely
too much. Adversely,
So just whatever that's most comfortable with you
and Oh, one thing I want to mention: drinking water. What about zero sugar drinks? What's your opinion on zero sugar drinks?
I am. It's a very good question. I actually personally like the taste of plain water. So I do drink plain water directly generally. But zero sugar, I'm afraid that there might be a placebo effect to it also, as well. So I know some people say, oh, you can drink zero sugar Coke lah. Most of the time, if you want to order Coke, just order zero sugar. So don't get me wrong. If you have the option of Coke or zero sugar Coke, take zero sugar. But I also don't believe that you don't have the option of water. So anyway, you always have the option of water. So go for water lah. That's what I feel.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So if you had an option between normal sugar Coke and zero sugar, you should always aim for zero.
Yes.
But we shouldn't be too reliant on zero sugar and drink it all the time.
Correct. Yeah.
Because I read from somewhere also, your body, it does affect your mind in a way, and also it produces certain chemicals because it thinks that it has too much sugar in your body.
Right.
Just to fact check, okay, I think there's something here. If you have too much zero sugar drinks, it does also affect your appetite and cravings.
Yeah, I would say so because there's flavors to it, right?
Correct.
Water, there's no flavor lah. That's why. So.
Yes. So a frequent consumption also can affect your gut and glucose metabolism. If I'm not wrong. So it's a good alternative, but do not.
So I think we talked about, or in previous episode we talked about shifting your diet gradually. So maybe this can be an option lah.
Yes.
So if you were straight up Coke, maybe you switch to Coke Zero first.
Yep.
Then gradually shift to water, right?
Yes. Yeah. So to summarize everything is how to gain weight in a steady pace. We shouldn't go into the bulk instantly. Always know what your goal is and try to aim it in a steady rate. Try to track your progress. How to track your progress can be the weights you lift, the weight you get, or even when you go to the gym, your body composition.
Right.
And then when you eat healthily, always aim for clean whole foods. Supplements, we can try for protein shakes. Always look at the labels. Look at what is the protein composition. What may work for someone else may not work for you. So always try different protein brands and don't be afraid to switch it up.
A way to know if a food is high in protein or not, right? Or dense in protein, not high in protein, because the numbers can be as high as it wants to be. So if you see here, I'm not going to zoom in, but you can have a look at the protein composition here. It says at the labels, like you always have your nutrition labels here. The shortcut, right, is if the protein here, it says 19, okay, per serving, right? And then the calories, it says 140. Okay, so the shortcut, right, is to take out the last number. So it says 14. So if the protein is higher than that number, it's actually dense in protein. So this is 19 over 14. So it's high in protein or dense in protein. There are some, I'll throw some shade to some brands lah. But like, for example, Carmen's protein bars, they would put up there, protein bars, and they will put like 10 Gs of protein. But actually, if you look at the calorie count, it's like 200 over. So you only get 10 grams of protein in 200 over calories. So you're eating more calories than you are protein, actually. So you need to be careful of those labels. I still eat those. Those are really very nice. But just take note that you have to burn more calories than normal.
And not to only mention, the absorption rate of protein also matters from things to things. So for example, eggs versus milk.
Correct.
And protein powder also. Probably protein powder has a higher absorption rate. So you have to be very cautious of what you put in your body.
But again, everybody is different. So if it works for you, stick to it. If not, you can try switching around.
If you see it's not working, always try to swap it up.
If
it's not working for you, change the routine, change the regime. So
Okay.
I think in our next episode, we'll talk more about the exercises to do to gain or lose weight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so remember to eat well
Keep running.
and lift heavy. All right. Comment down below for anything you have about this topic or whatever topics you want to hear next. And subscribe so we know that you want to hear more. All right.